This is a video intended for the Wabanaki group.
Just a couple weeks ago, they were also second in Virginia, 12th at Chat Hills, and a win Rocky Horse.
Well, guys, we took Monty down to the Great Meadow International, which was a big event down in Virginia. This was basically the very, very top level of the sport. This was his first ever 4-star short competition.
The boy knows to go Wabanaki number 421, fighting for the Don Juan Syndicate. And over down to the 3-star Danny Class 8 set to go. Always Uncle Sam's number 345. Jennifer Larkin.
So my main goal this whole competition was just to get through it. Obviously the dressage was the hardest dressage test that he's ever done. The show jumping was by far the biggest show jumping course that he's ever done. And then the cross country was an epic challenge. It was a big, bold, technical course that really sorted the field out. And you know, I went down there just saying to myself, okay, if Monty could just complete this event, that would be a great stepping stone, and hopefully he'd come back a more educated horse. In the field was some of the Olympic horses, World Equestrian Games horses that have competed against at the Kentucky 5-star. So we're really in the cream of the crop competition. And to be honest, Monty's result wasn't brilliant, but the part that he actually got through it was, because there were a number of horses that didn't complete or failed or didn't finish. So obviously this is the dressage that was on Friday. I was reasonably happy with the test. We scored a 34, which for his first go at the 4-star level is actually not too bad. And on top of that, we had 2 terrible late flying changes, which I think we scored a 4 for in both of them. So with more training and we get these flying changes clean and soft and through, and hopefully get a 6 or a 7 for, we're in the low 30s, which is not that far off the pace of the top horses. The show jump you'll see in a minute was a disaster. It was really, really disappointing. Monty's been jumping well at home, training well, he warmed up great, and sort of went in the ring, and obviously it was a really, really big course. And he jumped some jumps unbelievable, and then other jumps, it was almost a bit of a panic where he sort of rushed in and got a little bit close to the jump, and then got too close and tapped it in front or behind, and we had a couple of rails down, which was really, really disheartening, just because I think the show jumping is his weaker phase. He trained really, really well on Monday with Peter Wild, and I was sort of half confident of putting in a great round. Peter came down and helped me warm up, and I don't know, like he just gets this sort of little bit of a worried, overwhelmed feel in the ring. The cross country was really, really impressive. I was a bit down in the dumps after the show jumping, and then after this cross country round, unfortunately, with these videos you don't get to see the real hard fences. He jumped really good. I didn't even worry about going fast on him. I just sort of wanted to go clear and get what we call a qualifying score, which is a clear round, which sort of ticks the box if we decide to take him to a 4-star long at the end of the year. But there were a number of what I'd call 5-star questions on the cross country that even horses that are going to go, that was one of our terrible flying changes we've got to get Silver to fix up. Horses that are about to represent America in the Nations Cup had run-outs there, so that part of it's good. Obviously the dressage, we need to clean up all these sort of green moves here. So I made a bit of a mistake here. I should have gone to this next jump on one less stride, and right at the last minute I added a step 2. And like I said earlier, he puts in some really, really good jumps. And then he gets a bit fussy with his mouth and then forgets about his front end. That rail came down a fair bit all day. And it seemed like once he sort of hit this rail, then he had a couple of rails in succession now. And he sort of got that one behind and then this one, next one in front, I think. And I'm thinking to myself, oh gosh. Then he actually starts to put in a couple of good fences. That's the frustrating thing with Monty, is he puts in a jump like that where he really uses himself and it's good in front and behind. But I know that we all want a horse that's top caliber, and part of me wants to give the horse a little bit more of an opportunity, for a couple more events to the end of the year to prove himself a bit. But unless Monty improves considerably, I think we could look at maybe selling him on towards the end of the year. It's such a tough decision though, because the nuts and bolts of the event, or the critical part, is this part, the cross country, and I don't know, like he's got a wonderful gallop. He was green and inexperienced around this course, and every jump I pointed at him at, he sort of grit his teeth and found a way to jump over the jump. And I mean, that's something that it's very unusual. It's hard to put a price on. And obviously there's shinier and fancier and more flamboyant horses in the dressage and show jumping, but this sort of grit and determination that Monty has in the cross country is fantastic. This is a true 5-star fence. Skinny in the water, it caused all sorts of trouble all day. I'd like to take Monty to an advanced in Tryon, an advanced horse trial. It's about in 3 weeks' time, which would be a similar level to what he just competed at here. Just give him another chance at this top level of the sport and just see if I can get this show jumping a bit better. Thank you all for supporting Monty. I really appreciate it, and hopefully I can get him going a bit better.